So this chapter, when we talk about the GUIs, we first talk about the some features of GUI. Uh, so the desktop environment, then we could use Ubuntu or Rocky Linux. They both have their graphical user interface, and the default one is called GNOME or Genome. That's the default desktop, but not like Windows operating system. Linux, you could have different desktop environment. Another famous one or popular one is KDE, and there's one called a Cinnamon and Mate, MATE. And there, of course, there are some accessibility features, like you can make fonts larger, especially like I have a really poor eyesight, or my vision is getting poor. I have some eye problems, so I'm still seeing doctor tomorrow. Then you can change some settings. Almost all the operating systems, even on your phone, there's some accessibility features as well. So for the desktop environment, there are some desktop settings. You can control the position of the toolbar. You see, when you first enter into this GUI interface, you can you could see some toolbars or some shortcuts on the toolbars, so you can click. And of course, all these they can be changed. And there's a display manager, so different. The desktop environment has is the key part is managed by component Linux component. It's called display manager, and there is a file manager. It's like Windows. You can copy files, move files, rename files without using command. You just use your mouse, drag it, and there are many icons like Windows. There are favorite bar. You can add your favorite the applications you often use. Then you can add it to favorite bar. Then you can. It's like a quick shortcut. You can click on it. And there's a feature called Launch. Lots of menus, panels, and there's a system tree, and widgets and window manager. So these are the desktop environment. So first, let's you could start up your Linux, Ubuntu. You can enter this desktop environment. Remember we talked about the we talked about the isolation level. Or remember, we are under the multi-user level. Multi-user level is command line without GUI. So we need to switch to the. Do we have GUI here? Let's see. So before, okay, so we don't have GUI here because we changed the level or target level. We changed the target level. So we log into this as Ubuntu. Last time we talked about the We're talking about the network. Oh, not Ubuntu. Sorry, it's Tony. Is it Tony? Yeah. So last time we talked about some network, so I can get this IP address. So there's some settings. For a sec. So we found the IP address here is under the network name ENS33. This is my IP address. And last time, I think we could use a PowerShell. We can start like Windows terminal. You can right click your Windows start button, Windows terminal. And we can connect this Linux by using, we didn't say that, we didn't connect. Okay, that's fine. So we don't do that. I just show you here. So we did this um, get default systemctl get default. We first use this command and then see we have this multi-user target. Multi-user target is a command-only interface. We could use set default. I think last time we used set default, change it to this multi-user target. So every time when we boot up our Linux, we enter this command line directly. It's a little faster because GUI requires more system resources uh, than command without GUI. So GUI requires more CPU memory, basically. I think we have systemctl. Wait a sec. Systemctl. Where's my here? There is systemctl isolate. We use isolate. We can jump between different targets. So let's say we use a graphic target. Is it this one? Oh, we need it says authentication. Okay, we put the graphic. Is it graphics or graphics? The graphical target. Graphical. Graphics. I don't remember the. Is it graphics? Hold on. So maybe I don't have this operation refused. Okay, we use the system CTL. Uh, get, get default. System CTL list. List units. So system CTL list units is listing all the units. Let me find out the name of graphic target. I forgot the name. Oh, okay, let me list unit. List units. List units. List units. Have that. Graphic target. So we use the is it graphic target? Graphic pseudo. Okay, so we need to use pseudo. Let's try pseudo. Where's my magnify here? So let's try pseudo. Pseudo, S-U-D-O. Use graphic target. Graphical target. Graphical. Okay, graphical. Sorry, use the graphical. Okay, so its command is graphical target. So I type a command here. So if you are not following, I gave you this sudo sudo systemctl isolate graphical target. So this is the command. Then we can change our target to graphical target. But this is now default. The default, we didn't change default. Default is still multi-user target. In other words, if you reboot your Linux, it still enter into command line interface only, unless you set default. But we don't want to set default. As I said, the graphical target requires more resource, especially for some slow computers. You feel your Linux booting is taking longer if you are using graphical target. This is only chapter we are using graphical target in this course. We just use systemctl isolated graphical target and change to bring up this graphical interface or GUI. And once you are here, you log in and you have this GNOME. You have this GNOME desktop. And this is the default. This is the default desktop. Default desktop. As shown on the slide. Oh, this is something you can draw. Okay. So I move it to another side. All right. So now we have this GUI desktop environment. And we have some like favorites. You can add some icons here. There are some information, the genome, GNOME shell, some default components. We have a display manager. So every GUI, every GUI has a component called display manager. And the GNOME display manager is simply called GDM on display manager. So this is the display. There's a display manager to manage this display. And there's a file manager. So file manager, we can see is this like a files or folder. If you put mouse on this second icon on the left, it shows files. And if you click on this, so this is the files manager. So you can delete the files. You can right click. You can. It's very similar like to your Windows operating system. You can use right click your mouse. You can move to trash. Although it doesn't use different terms, it doesn't use delete, and you can cut, copy, move to, copy to, rename. You can use. So this is file manager. This is the file manager. You can click. You can create a new folder. You can create a new folder. You can check properties. It shows some information of this file. This is the okay. So this is how you manage your file. And there's a favorites bar. So favorites bar. This is the favorites bar on the left. You can add. You can add or change the you can add some additional uh, apps to the favorite bar, and then you don't have to look for the apps. If you feel like you often use the app, you can add it to this favorite bar. So let's see if I'm going to click the bottom left corner. There's a show apps, and one of the apps we often use is terminal. So if you bring up this terminal and you see you have this terminal window open, you can type some commands. So I can change some. I can change the scales, so I don't need to use magnify if I'm typing here. So this is a terminal. This is terminal. And you see after you start up an app, it shows at this bar on the left. And you right click, you can say pin to dash. So pin to dash means you pin this app to this like dash bar. It's called dash bar. It says here, gnome shell dash. This is called favorite bar, favorites bar. And next time, I don't have to search for this app. The app like shortcut will be pinned. So let's try to pin this terminal to dash, and then we close this terminal. You see, after I close the terminal on the left, I still have this terminal icon, this app icon, although it's not running at this time. So you can pin these most, or you feel like the app you are often used. You can pin to this favorite bar, and next time you simply click on it and you close it. You don't have to go to this show app or find search or find your terminal app. So if you pinned, you can right click, you can unpin. If you change your mind, you can say I don't want this one anymore. I'll unpin it, and maybe I'll add something else, right? I can add a system monitor. Maybe I can pin to dash system monitor. System monitor is also a good tool. Give you a review of some like CPU usage, memory network. So this is system monitor. But still, I like to pin a terminal because we use the terminal the most often. So I'll still pin the terminal. Pin to dash. I'll unpin the system monitor because I have limited space available. So I just pin this. So this is favorite bar. And then there's a panel. Panel says a single panel located at the gnome shell frame's top. So this part is called panel. The top part. The top part is the panel. It only shows some dates and just some dates information. What is this? So this one, you can change, you can start to search. If you click this icon, you can search. This is the date, okay. And system tree located on the right hand side of the panel. So the right side of the panel is called the system tree. So this is the top part is the panel, and the right parts, this part has a special name called the system tree. And within the system tree, you have some additional like icons you could click, like network. This is network icon, and this is the volume. You can adjust the volume, but I don't see any difference. How about this one? This is to show there's no difference. They are the same, just the icon. Okay, sometimes we try to click the network and click the volume, but they are bring up the same. This system tree includes like network, volume, and you can shut down or reboot your machine. You can power off or log out. Just these three icons like just as the symbol. It doesn't mean anything if you click. They are the same. So this is the system tree. And the Windows Manager is called the Mutter. This is just the name of Windows Manager. So there's Display Manager, there's Windows Manager. To manage the Windows, you are open, there's a Windows Manager. Display Manager to manage the display. And this is KDE. KDE is also called KDE Plasma. This is, you see, it's quite different desktop. So on Linux, you could install multiple desktop environment. Not like a Windows operating system. You can only have like Windows. Sometimes you feel boring, but you can use KDE. You can use GNOME. But we may need to install the KDE. So if you, let's say, maybe we can find the switch to KDE. So then we can install KDE. Install KDE. Install the KDE environment. Remove the existing environment. Switch desk. So let's try to install this KDE Plasma. The command I gave you is I gave you this command. So you open terminal. Let's do it together. So you can use terminal within this GUI. If you followed me, you have this terminal icon on your favorites bar. If you don't, you can find the terminal by going to this show all apps. You can search terminal or you can find your terminal somewhere. Now you start the terminal. Yeah, I'll add a profile because every time So terminal size. Uh, tax experience. No, that's not the one here. Okay, so I just change. So the command you can find online. So it says sudo apt install Kubuntu desktop. So let's try that. Sudo apt install uh, Kubuntu. Is it Kubuntu desktop? I'll check the spelling. K KUN. Is it Kubuntu or Kubuntu? Let me check. Kubuntu. KUBUNTU. Kubuntu desktop. Sudo apt install Kubuntu dash Kubuntu hyphen desktop. So let's install this KDE Plasma. So this is cool thing. Like on Microsoft Windows, you just use whatever the Microsoft gives you. But Linux is open source. People tend to be like fancy, so they made up this different uh, desktop. Basically, you can desktop is actually the app. You can install it like Ubuntu desktop or Kubuntu desktop. Press enter, and it says, "Do you want to continue?" You say yes. Why for yes? And it's going to install this Kubuntu desktop. So desktop is a software. Sometimes, of course, it's taking some space. Um, have you learned Windows Server? Anybody knows Windows Server? So Windows Server actually the Windows you can remove and you can install. You can have a Windows without Windows on Windows Server. So basically, when you log in, Windows Server, you just have command line. So that's the when if you install the Windows and if you want to have actually the all the Windows servers the default installation. If you install Windows, you simply click next, next, next. If you don't read, then you end up with Windows with no Windows. You only have command line. And of course, you can turn on the feature to have GUI. But Windows 10, you have no choice. Who are using Windows 10 without Windows? Nobody likes that, right? So, but you see, this software is pretty heavy. It's taking time to install. I think before I press Y, it tells you how much space it's going to take. I just didn't read it carefully. I don't remember. But you see this one, wallpapers, 156 megabytes. There are some wallpapers. So this one, 150 megabytes. 76%. So apt install is the command to use for software installation. You can, if you know the software name, but of course you can search and you can use that command to install. any software. The same command is sudo apt install. Okay, Plasma workspace wallpapers. Lots of wallpapers. So people are fancy. They like to make like a different background or on their screen. So what? There's some arrows failed to fetch. What? Was it successful? Security failed to fetch. AIPA app port KDE failed to fetch. Now found. Unable to fetch some archives. May run apt get update. Okay, so if you receive some errors, you see E is red. Red is no good. E means error if you have red. So we may run apt get update. So the apt command actually is a short form of apt-get, but quite often we don't type apt-get, we just type apt. So let's try sudo apt update. If you receive errors, if you don't receive errors, you don't have to run apt update. Apt space sudo apt space update. So this is the command I run, sudo apt space update. So you can run this, it doesn't hurt anything. No matter you got error or not, so just run sudo apt update. And then I'll run the same command one more time, sudo apt install, because I wasn't sure this Kubuntu desktop was installed successful or not. So after sudo apt update, I run this again. It's going to fix some problems. So it says Display Manager is a program that provides graphical login capabilities for X Windows system. So there's a Display Manager. Configure the SDDM. So SDDM is KDE Display Manager. Only one Display Manager can manage a given XOR, but multiple Display Manager package are installed. Please select which Display Manager. Okay. So use your mouse to move to OK. Actually, I'm using down. Please select which display. I use up down key to read. Display login capability for SPN. Please select which. Only one display can manage as Please select which display manager run by default. Multiple display manager can run simultaneously if they are configured to manage different servers to achieve config. Okay, so you can use the tab. Use TAB on your keyboard. There's a tab key. Move to OK. Press Enter. So I have two display manager. Default display manager is GDM, and the new display manager I installed is SDDM. So I just use GDM. See what happens. Click OK. So let's wait. So the desktop has lots of information to install. The KDE Plasma. KDE Plasma, the display manager is SDDM, simple desktop display manager. But we could use GDM. I'm not sure if it, let's say the GDM, we can switch between the display manager. So let's wait. So almost done here. Takes a long time, eh? So sudo, let's see, switch. So we don't have this switch. So this is KDE Plasma. Switch desk. KDE Plasma. Okay, so let's try if I log out. Okay, so after you log out, and you see there's what is this icon, like a gear here, you session. You can choose plasma. You can choose plasma. So when you log in, the default is still like GNOME or GDM. Plasma is using SDDM. You can choose. Of course, you can set SDDM is the default one, but if you don't set this display manager, you can simply choose the display manager you want to use. So, but it doesn't say SDDM; it shows Plasma. And click Plasma, and then you log into this KDE Plasma. It's black. Well, let's wait a bit. Okay, it's loading, so it's slow. So this that's why like many system administrators they don't like this kind of GUI interface. Only the desktop users they may use this desktop. It takes some time to load. So it says Plasma made by KDE at there's some information. Welcome to KDE Plasma. Plasma is a free and open source desktop environment created by KDE, an international software community of volunteers. The Plasma desktop environment is simple by default. So this is KDE Plasma. Maybe you like KDE Plasma, right? You can set it to default. So this is the location is similar like a Windows operating system, right? They put the bar at the bottom of Windows, but of course on Windows 11 you can change the position of the bar. This is just the default position at the bottom, and you can see. So this is Plasma SDDM and the file manager. So they have similar ones called file manager. Let's find out where's the file manager. So you see there's an icon here, like folder. So maybe this one is file manager. So I put a mouse here. It says Dolphin file manager. So you click on that and you open this blue Dolphin. So it's called Dolphin. The file manager is called Dolphin. And favorite bars, favorites bar. So let's see, favorites bar. They don't call it. They said it's under application. There's a favorites or applications. Favorites. It says here favorites. Um, it doesn't. It doesn't say the bar at the bottom is a favorites bar, although you can still pin the terminal to the favorites bar. But if you click this bottom left corner, you can see there's a favorites. So the terminal is called a console, KONSOLE. This is a KDE console. This is KDE console. Okay, you can change, you can create new profile and change the size. Appearance. I can change. I can change the size. Okay, so maybe I'll make 18. Okay, apply. Okay, so I can use this profile. I make this fonts large. This is console. And similarly, it's called a task. If you right click this app, there's a pin to task manager. So the bottom bar is called task manager. You can pin to task manager here. It doesn't call favorites bar. So favorites is under the app. Under the app, there's a favorites. Panels, a single panel located at the bottom. This is called the task manager. The panel is called task manager. You see, it closes everything. This console icon is still here. And system tree. This is the same concept. On the right side, there's a system tree. But these icons, they have different meaning. If you click the speaker, you can adjust the volume. If you click the monitor, and there's a network. It doesn't like a GNOME. GNOME is only 3 icons, but it's everything the same together. But here you can click to adjust. So I like KDE better. And widget is called a plasmoids. So do you have widgets? I don't know how to use widgets. So this is system tree. You can even click the system tree here. Widget. Okay. And Windows Manager is KWin. Okay, let's take a break. Talk about cinnamon. Again, we use a similar concept. We need to install Cinnamon Desktop. Cinnamon Desktop is using, let's see, what is the desktop? My computer is getting slow. So the display manager is called Light DM. Okay, the Light DM. Let's install Cinnamon. To install Cinnamon, I gave you this command. Let's see. Just apt install cinnamon. Okay, that's easy. So you go to your Ubuntu, open your terminal. So start up your terminal if it's Plasma. You have console. Console start with K because they like to use anything. The word starting with K like Ubuntu, KDE, Plasma. So let me try to adjust the fonts. No problem. Oh, I can use Control plus plus. Okay, Control plus plus to adjust the size. So to install software, we still use sudo apt install cinnamon. How to spell the cinnamon? It's a CINNAMON. So let's install cinnamon. Sudo apt install cinnamon. So maybe cinnamon is using less resource because the display manager says light DM. KDE plasma seems heavy because I feel my computer is slow. So let's try this. I'll try cinnamon and see if it's faster. Also, you see the installation is fast. It's taking less time than KDE Plasma. I think it's almost done. That's good. So cinnamon installation takes less time. It's almost done. 99% now. Wait, what is this? Syntax warning, invalid escape. So let me try. I'm not sure if it's installed successfully. I'll try. I'll log out. So there's no log out, huh? Or I don't know how to log out. So this is user setting. Log out. How to log out here? Only sleep, restart, shut down. Oh, here, log out. Click this little circle. There's a log out. Did I log out? Or takes time? Okay, it takes time. It's painful. It's quite slow. Quite slow. Maybe I need a new computer. Okay, come back to this login. Oh, I do have cinnamon. I have three cinnamon. Cinnamon on Wayland. Cinnamon software rendering. Just use cinnamon. Let's see if the cinnamon is faster or not. So I log into cinnamon desktop. So this is how it looks like. It's very similar to Windows. Okay, so this is cinnamon. Looks faster. It's very, there's no other desktop icons. Just the list button. So I mentioned, so every desktop they may have different games. You see this cinnamon? They have Mahjong. Oh, I didn't check if Plasma, what games Plasma has, but these are start with K, like a KDE, K Mines, K Patience, K Sudoku, K Patience. I wonder, I'll log out. I'll log out and then log in back to, I'll check Ubuntu and GNOME. I'll check GNOME. I never paid attention what kind of games do they have. So this is the default. GNOME, GNOME, GNOME or GNOME. So Windows also have some games, the default ones. Uh, games. I played the. Do you know the Mine? The games comes with old Windows Mines. As Andres, you play? um, Solitary. This game is always there. Okay, so hold on. I came back. I haven't choose. Oh, I didn't choose the display manager. It's automatically logged me into the one I used last time. So I have to log out one more time because I want to check my gnome. So I click on my name and pick up Ubuntu. So this is Ubuntu. Oh, this is not bad. It's fast. Show apps. And I can go to, oh, they have lots of KDE. Mahjong, K-Mines. Oh, they take all the software here. Okay, so I'll go to the, I'll still log into Cinnamon. So let me log out here. Log out. I still going back to Cinnamon. Log into Cinnamon. So the display manager is a light DM. It looks like light display manager. And file manager is called Nemo. So let's see the file manager. It's called Nemo. Favorite bars displayed inside the application menu. So it takes some time to load. We have panel, a single panel located at the bottom, and there's a system tree right hand side of the single panel. And there's a widgets called the cinnamon spices and Windows Manager called Muffin. Okay, so this is the cinnamon, the file manager. This is the file manager, Nemo. You see there's a two drawers. So this is Nemo, file manager. Actually, it's good. I like it. And favorite bar is displayed within the inside the application menu. So you click application menu. So this is favorite bar maybe. So this may be the favorite bar. All applications. So this is favorite bar. But these two icons display the same as your panel. So maybe I'll open K-Mine, open this game. Andres play this game. Does anyone else? And then I can um, right click and say create a shortcut. So it leaves the shortcut here on the tree on the oh, where is it? That's not right. So let me open it one more time. Oh, here. So you go to the click the application and find the application you want to move to the favorites bar. So for example, Kmon, you right click and you can say add to favorites. You can add to favorites. And here you see the app is added to the favorites. This is the favorites bar here. And you can add it to panel as well. You can find these apps and you can add to panel. So this is add to the panel. And on the right side, similar to Plasma, we have the system tree different icons. So you see there's like network, volume, and date and time. This is similar to Plasma system tree. And there's widgets, system species. So we can add some widgets. So you right click this uh, change background, display settings. There's not much. Not much. Okay. Finally, I want everyone to try this mate, M-A-T-E. So let's try install. Those is not responding well. Install mate. So let's try sudo apt install Ubuntu mate desktop. So open terminal. Didn't work. I pressed Control plus plus. Sudo apt install Ubuntu Mate desktop. So this is the command sudo apt install Ubuntu Mate desktop. And then you press Y. The network is slow. Okay, the default display manager, we still use GNOME, GNOME GDM. We just log when we log in. If you want to switch, you just pick up whatever display manager you want to use. So right now I have a Genome, I have a Plasma, I have Cinnamon. So Mate is also use Light DM. Mate and Cinnamon using the same display manager. So let's see what's the result. Okay, so now I'm logging off and see um, if I can log in as mate. Okay, I have cinnamon, I have mate. I have three cinnamons. Oh, this is fast. Mate, I think is fastest among all of these. So the menu is on the top, similar like gnome. The game is okay. So that's all the games within all the um, display manager. So this is not the way we used to play in China. I think this is just matching game. You just find the two the same. I played this one before, right? It's not the one, but you have to recognize the character. Maybe it's interesting, right? So the word there's some there's some word. Anyhow, so this is made and display manager is like DM. File manager is called Kaja. Kaja. So if I find file manager, favorites is empty. I haven't added any favorite. So where's my file manager? Kaja. If you click the system tools, you find Kaja. This is file manager. Favorites bar is a favorites menu is used. So you see there's a favorites menu. Click menu and there's a favorites, but nothing is here. So maybe I'll find the I'll find there's a maps. So I can right click, pin to favorites menu. It's called favorites menu. So you can find the app, you can right click. So then it's under favorites. And then next time I come to my favorites, I have the application. So I have application map. How detailed map. I told you my city, right? Harbin here. It's close to Russia and Japan and Korea. This is my city. Maybe I can find my home. How detailed. Sometimes Google didn't work well in Mexico. I tried to find a way to walk. It wasn't clear. And also Google is not working in China. Google, Facebook, Messenger, YouTube, all those is blocked, are blocked. And China have their own similar apps. But Microsoft has Office there. So Microsoft, everything works there. So that's why I'm using Hotmail. Sometimes I don't use Gmail. So this city is heavily populated but this is not top 10 city. You see how much population you can find the road. It's so crowded, but it's not a good city. People are leaving because it's far east, is northeast. Is the best part is along the coast. This part. If you want to go China, you visit this part. That's better than my city. My city is cold and lots of senior people, young people are leaving. Not many young people if you walk on street. Yeah, the whole province is not good in terms of the economy. We could. There's a railway from Russia to Moscow, but not from Russia to Moscow. I mean from here with the last week, what is called to Moscow and across my city. So I can take the train all the way to Moscow. Yeah. No, it's expensive and it is long. I think more expensive than flight. It's and more like you want to have some adventure. The railway initially the Russia built the railway for the war. If it's all the way, it's longer. So they decide to go this way. It's shorter. So across my city, this way is shorter, right? And even you take the train and across to Mongolia to to Moscow, and they have to. I read the news because I want to take the train, and I found the price so expensive. I think it take a week, 7 days maybe, and they have to change. They have to change um, rail because the rails are not the same when you cross the border. I think in China the rail is narrower. In Russia the rail is wider. So when you cross the border, they have to change the train, the cars, or change the wheels. Change the wheels. They have lift the cars, change the wheels. I read the news. They talk about that they mentioned because of war, because they don't want to use the same. Because imagine if there's a war, whether Russian invaded China or China invaded Russian, so they can use the train move quickly. But because they use different rails, you have to spend hours to change wheels, so they will slow down your invasion. I read somewhere that's by design. They made it on purpose. Yeah, but for adventure, like people like to take trains, right? Yeah, it's not that expensive, and I'm not sure how you can search from Harbin to Moscow how much the cost. I think it's expensive. Harbin to Moscow by train. 5 days, 2 hours. Price, cost, or schedule, cost. RMB. That's expensive. RMB. You divide it by 5 to Canadian dollar. That's 3,000. Is that right? No, RUB. Sorry, RU. I don't know RUB. What is RUB? It's not RMB. Oh yeah, 650 euro. Yeah, it's expensive, but it's not that expensive because during COVID, from Vancouver to China, it cost like 2,000 Canadian dollars. Yeah, I had some international students at my home, and they try to go home and super expensive, more than 2,000, I think, Canadian dollars at that time. And even now, I think it's expensive because the number of flights is not recovered to the same amount as before. Yeah. And also, Japanese, when they were in my city, they changed the rail. They changed the rail to, I think, a Japan standard. And when the Chinese, the Communist Party took the power, they changed the real again. So when Russia there, when Russian there, they build the rail, they use the same width because from they want to move all the way to Moscow. And when Japanese there, they change the width. And when the Chinese Communist Party there, they change the width. They change the railway so many times. I only noticed recently. Actually, I read because I talked about Manchu when I first started. Because we have some Japanese students here, and they changed the the rail width many times. You see the Heilongjiang. This is my province. Railway uh it changed many times in history. No, this is not the one. No, from Wikipedia, it says. Anyway, so because as I mentioned that I think they because of war hazard, so they don't want to use the same rail with another country. So that's why you have to like stay there for a couple of hours. They leave the cars. I watched the YouTube because I was interested how to take trains to Moscow. So still the same train car. They left it in the factory and they changed wheels at the border. Yeah. Okay, so this is it's far. My city is far, eh? From here to here is far. Um okay, so this is the mate. We have this, all this. Okay, that's all for today.